Is it going yet?
It's not. No, it's not
There's a
blinking.
green light.
Yeah, it's got to blink to live stream.
Oh, did you press the record button?
I did. Yep.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, check to see if it blinks, but nothing we can do at this point.
Sorry, I'll get out of your way.
No, that's okay.
Good. Out.
Yeah. Put that up there now. Yep. All right.
Have a good afternoon.
All right. Thank you.
Simple play. Yeah. No. Let's go. Push up there. Give him some support. Drop.
Blinking?
Now, does it pick up my voice? Even
Yes.
though- Okay. All right. I haven't said anything, so I'll start talking for the upload.
Yeah.
Can I unplug the hotspot and plug it back in?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Can't hurt.
All right.
Bad idea. Once it starts blinking, then we can't mess around with things, but until it starts blinking,
Okay.
no harm in
Yeah.
kicking it and stopping on it.
Zach Rabati with a corner kick kicks it short. Arlington gets off a shot, but Ryan Harity comes up with the save.
D'Angelo, you got to get level with Billy. this side? Down there. You gotta move. Just follow the play. So. In 10 minutes, we keep the clock. You only have. Lock that switch, okay? No, Jake. No. You're fine. You get up there and play. Get in between the right back and the center back. Taylor and Ferraro will deal with them. That's you, Ferraro. Just slide Billy or Jordan Blue over. That's you. Make sure you slide one of them over there. Billy, D'Angelo on 10. Watch 10, cool! Doesn't matter, just play.
Good morning and welcome to Arlington High School. This morning we have a Section 1 boys soccer varsity soccer match between your John Jay Patriots and the Arlington Admirals. Arlington comes into today's match with an overall record of 1 win and 1 loss. They had a victory against Mayapack earlier in the week. And the Patriots have an overall record of 2-0, with a victory over Mayapack 4-2 on Tuesday, followed by a 4-0 win over Ketchum on Thursday. Today, they'll take on the Admirals here at Arlington High School. We are about 7 minutes into the match. Most of the play been at midfield so far, and about evenly matched so far. Jay did take the throw in. That was Chris Ferrara that took the throw in, but off an Arlington head, so Jay will get a corner out of it. And Zach Rabati will be taking the corner kick for John Jay. Trying to work around this pole here. I'm going to zero in on the net for you. Zach Rabati with the ball out wide. It was Jake Murray that took the ball to the end line, dropped it back to Zach Rabati. He got the shot off, but it did go wide, and that'll be an Arlington goal kick. Ball heads down the sideline, a little too far for Arlington. Jay takes over with a throw-in. That was off Arlington. They get the throw. Takes a chip. All right, that's Cole Horace that comes in and makes that save. Makes that stop against the Arlington attacker. Now Arlington will get a corner kick out of it. That kick went over the end line before coming into play. So that's a turnover, and John Jay gets the goal kick.
Connor Howe, Eric Pop. Yo, guys, get wide. Jake Murray and Connor Sandler. Gotta win. Guys, get wide. Connor Sandler, sorry. Win. Sorry, Matt Howe. Good. Set. Man on. Yeah, Ethan and Murray, come in.
Thank you.
Gotta win. Gotta win. Good, Jake.
That was Jake Murray that sent the ball long. Matt Nansen couldn't track it down, goes over the end line. Another goal kick for Arlington. Zakrabati with the ball in the middle of the field. Hit from behind, and that'll be a free kick for the Patriots. And Zakrabati will be taking that kick. It was a good 40 yards out. The chip went into the box. Keeper comes out and makes the save. Now Arlington's on the attack. Cole Haro steps up to knock that out. Nice play by Cole. Ethan Robertson coming back. Try to help out in the midfield. Billy Moore coming up with that ball and clearing it. And Jake Murray deflects it off the Arlington player. Jay's possession here, and it's Chris Ferraro that's going to put the ball in play. Sends it down to Ethan Robertson.
Force him right, force him right. That way, that way. Oh.
Matt Nansen with a left foot. Oh, just wide, just wide. Matt Nansen takes it from about 8 yards out, crosses in front of the goal. Keeper gets a hand on it, so that'll be a John Jay corner. Zakrabati chips it into the box. And that was number 2, Eric Pop, that finds the loose ball and puts it in the back of the net. Chris Ferraro got a head on it on the initial tip. It was knocked around, and then Eric Pop comes up with the goal. And now with 25:47, that's 14 minutes and 13 seconds into the match, John Jay has the first goal and takes an early 1-0 lead. Pop with a nice defensive play to take it away from Arlington. And he again is on the ball. Sends the ball across to Jordan Dixon. The Patriots are looking to clear. Ball goes up the right side to Matt Nansen. Drops it back to Dylan Galantic, who sends the ball forward. And Arlington clears the ball. Jay will keep possession. That's Ethan Robertson on the far side now. Zach Rabati with possession here. Looking for someone to pass to. Chips it into the middle. A hard contact right there. The ref's going to talk to him. The Patriots will get a direct kick out of this. Again, this is kick is coming from about 40 yards out. Where Billy Moore chips it into the box. But the ref did see a push in there, so that'll be a turnover. Arlington ball.
Go boys, turn! Yo, let's win this one! Zach, drop more,
Arlington sends it long down the far side. And a couple of Arlington players left open on the right side. Number 7 for Arlington does come up with a goal on that one. And at 23:07 left in the first half, Arlington ties the score up 1-1.
Accuracy is key. Gotta love that time move.
Ethan Robertson sends it to the corner. Matt Nansen can't track it down. Goal kick for Arlington.
I need the breather. Yep, got you. Focus.
Coach, we're going to be subbing in like 2 minutes. I'm stopping in 2 minutes.
Take over. It's Connor Howe on the ball. Little hold there by Arlington, so Jay will get a kick out of this. Zach Rabati will again take the kick for the collection of Jay players inside the box. Offsides was called on the play. On the next stoppage, we'll have number 4, Joey Moore, and number 16, Jake Murray, coming into the match for the Patriots. We have reached the midpoint of the first half. 20 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. We're going to take the stoppage at the midpoint of the first half.
Listen, gentlemen, defensively, let's force it one side, and we got to be there, okay? So if we force it to the right.
All right, just to recap real quick. About in the 15th minute, John Jay was the first to put a goal on the board. Eric Pop found a loose ball off of a corner kick and put it in the back of the net. So the Patriots took an early 1-0 lead. But just about 2.5 minutes later, Arlington came back and found the back of the net. Number 7 for Arlington put it in, and the score was then tied up at 1. We're now at the midpoint, 20 minutes left in the first half, and the score is tied 1-1 here at Arlington High School on Saturday. I didn't have the chance at the beginning of the game, but I'll just run down the starting lineup again for the Patriots. We had forwards Matt Nansen and Jake Murray today. In the midfield, we have Jordan Dixon, Ethan Robertson, and Zach Rabati, and Ethan Sandler. And then the defense for the Patriots is number 13, Billy Moore, number 19, Cole Horos, number 21, D'Angelo Gomez, and number 22, Chris Ferraro. And in goal for the Patriots today is Ryan Harity. So again, we're just waiting to restart for the second half. Arlington will get the throw in to start the second half of the first half.
For the time? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Good.
Get up! Get up!
Good.
Come on, go!
Good.
Billy Moore with a nice defensive play up to Eric Pop as the Patriots clear. Jake Murray sends the ball up the left side, but it is knocked away by Arlington. It'll be a J throw in. Chris Ferraro with the throw in for the Patriots. Eric Pop sends it to the center of the field over to Jordan Dixon. Back to Zach Rabati, who looks to go to the right side. That pass doesn't connect. Jordan Dixon puts a stop to that run. Zach Rabati heads the ball away, but Arlington does retain possession. No, it is out of bounds. Jay has possession.
Can you go home and download the video?
Jordan Dixon sends it across to Eric Pop in the middle of the field.
Got overtime? Yeah.
Sends the ball down to Jake Murray. Cole Horos? No. Sorry, that's Connor Howe. But the goalie does come out and make the stop. just about to midfield. There was some contact. Jake Murray had the ball. Arlington called for the foul. So just the other side of midfield, Jay will get a kick. That's Billy Moore taking the kick for the Patriots. Sending the ball down inside the box. Connor Howe with possession over in the corner. Arlington. No. Looks like it was an Arlington possession there.
Drill! Switch the field! Hey, what's the switch? Change the point! Weak side!
Not sure what that call was, but Jay will take over with a kick. Ethan Robertson on the ball. Connor Howe tracking it down on the far sideline. Arlington will take over. A host of subs for Arlington, as well as number 10 Matt Nansen returning to the lineup for the Patriots. He's replacing Ethan Robertson, who'll get a breather.
I feel like we'll milk it a little bit. She'll just start early and take a half hour early.
I mean, we're not, you know, it never works out. I mean, there are days where I only work 3 hours, but then there are days where I work 10. I still don't put in, you know. And then, look, you know, Perry says, well, can you work a split shift? And everybody, and all of us are like, there is no such thing as a split shift. But you want to time it in the morning.
Cole Horo stepped up and made a nice play on that.
You're sending me out on the
Patriots have possession. Zach Rabati sends it down. It's Connor Howe going to the corner, fighting for the ball. Arlington kicks it out of play. Jay doing a substitution here. Evan Sandler coming back into the lineup for the Patriots. And that'll be Connor Howe on the far side with the throw-in. Connor Howe with possession, crosses to Matt Nansen, over to Jake Murray. Zach Rabati tries to get the shot off, doesn't get through. Arlington with some possession here, drops the ball back, but that was offsides. We have 14 minutes left in the opening half here at Arlington High School. And the score is Patriots 1, Admirals 1. Patriots on the attack right now, and they will get the throw in. Eric Pop will take, nope, actually Chris Ferraro will take the throw in for the Patriots. Throws it into Zach Rabati. Sorry, I can't catch that. Behind the post for me.
One breaking news reporter, one photographer, and one producer.
The ball did go over the end line, so that'll be a goal kick for Arlington. 6, 9, and 22, all coming in for the Patriots. Jordan Dixon, Ethan Robertson, and Ryan Keyser.
And there's a fire up in
But then you're also like,
Nice stop by Evan Sandler on that last attack. But Arlington does get the ball back.
but now we don't have the roster on it. So we have nowhere to go sit and wait. Like on fall, I go to my parents' now I just go to my parents' house.
All right. Ryan Keyser clears that ball. It's going down the left side. Ethan.
Because nobody was there, and the lease was there. So why resign for another lease?
Refs didn't seem to see any problem with that play. That was Ethan Robertson cutting across the box. Appeared to be tripped up, but there was no call.
Patient. It's a healthcare office.
Well done, Ethan. Well done. Good job, boys.
No. I have to share a bathroom at home. I'm not going to do it here.
That was Matt Nansen and Ethan Robertson on that last attack. Ryan Keyser with the possession, sends it across to the right side. Over to Joey Moore, who chips it forward. A miss kick there. We'll see what the Patriots can do with it. Patriots have D'Angelo Gomez and Zach Rabati re-entering the game.
Well, they're getting all the sprint people off the sprint. Eventually, we're going to have the 18.
Chris Ferraro and Evan Sandler will get a breather.
Good job, Sandler. Good job, Evan.
They shipped the phone to me, and then I had to go to the office.
Ryan Keyser drops the ball back to Zach Rabati. Not sure what that call was, but it did lead to a kick for the Patriots. Zach Rabati will put it in play.
Yeah, we did the Clover League. We did some shot from there. Yeah, the overpass was interesting. We stand right next to it.
Jordan Dixon that had possession down at the end line, but it is kicked away. Arlington possession. Eric Pop now in the match, returning to the match for the Patriots.
That's the story of print. It would have been nice to have that as a lead image in print. I guess in print it went online and in print and then it went up and shot. Like, you gotta know that you have to do that.
Jake Murray with possession, centered it to Jordan Dixon, who got the shot off, but it went just wide.
Jordan, take a touch there, kid. That's tough when it's running. Take a touch.
Yeah, well, I mean, the buildings are starting to, show some shape, whereas the last time we did it, it was just dirt pile. We have to go across the second, so there's the new entrance ramp that they built. Go fly from one side of the highway, go to the overpass, fly over the overpass,
Billy Moore with a nice clear there.
and then fly east into the structure. Because they can't fly over
Arlington undercuts the J player and gets the call.
the new overpass. Work around the rules. Nobody, I guess they're very scheduled. Yeah,
Cole Horos with a nice clear. And that's Jake Murray. A couple of different players. D'Angelo with the initial clear, but Arlington gets it back and they're on the run down the right side. Cole Horos on defense. Zach Rabati. Zach Rabati gets the clear, but ball was over the end line first, so that'll be an Arlington corner. Arlington's got two players over. One Arlington player peels away. They have to put everybody in the box on the corner kick. The ball goes through the box without a touch. Patriots sends it back. Brian Hardy picks the ball up and sends it away. Brian comes up to scoop that away. Sends the ball over to the left side to Cole Horos, who sends it up the left side to Nat Manson. Nat Manson.
It's like a little company on top.
Middle shake! Middle shake!
Matt Nansen. Oh, off the crossbar. Ethan Robinson gets a shot off from the right side. We have a stoppage. We got Jake Murray down. Coming off.
Yeah, Connor help. He's not. No, he's got a bad ankle.
Back to the important part. It looks like the refs did make a call inside the box. It looks like Jay will get a penalty kick out of it. If you're watching this on YouTube, you have to send that back 30 seconds and catch who was involved. I couldn't see the numbers. Looks like Zach Rabati is going to be taking the corner kick, or sorry, the penalty kick. Yeah, we are at 5 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first half. The Patriots getting an opportunity here with a corner kick. Penalty kick. And again, Zach Rabati taking that kick. Waiting for the ref's whistle. Put the ball in play. To the back of the net. Excellent shot. Zach Rabati takes it to the right side of the net. Arlington, the keeper, does make a dive for it, but cannot stop it.
Good stuff, Zach!
Nice job by Zach Rabati. At 5 minutes and 31 seconds left in the first half. The score is now John Jay Patriots 2, Arlington Admirals 1. Arlington retains possession down the right side.
Somebody on 11 there, guys. Nancy, if I were you, I'd go with 11.
It's a goal kick for the Patriots. Billy Moore will put the ball in play for the Patriots. Jordan Dixon. Coloro steps up and clears it. Zach Ramadi sends it down the left side. Sorry, we had a little water drippage off the awning. Had to move the camera back to try to get out of that little rain shower. Right. Yeah. I see that. Sorry, just trying to protect the camera here.
Got away, got away.
Carl steps up, takes the ball down the left side. Ethan Robertson chips it back in. And Jay will keep possession here. Eric Pop with the throw in for the Patriots, sends it over to Zach Rabati. Back to Eric. Shot from about 30 yards out, but it's sailed over the net. Eric Pop was fouled on that play.
No problem, no problem. I just want to protect all players. I know, I hear you.
And Zach Rabati will put the ball in play for the Patriots. Okay, we got about a minute and a half left in the first half. There was a push in the crowd. The ball turned over to Arlington. Arlington with possession. Eric Pop sends it down the end line.
That's a good ball, Pop. They got to be there. Pop, that's a good ball. They got to be there. Well done.
Ethan Robertson was on the ball there. Throw in for the Patriots on the near sideline. And the horn goes off, and that is the end of the first half. We're here at Arlington High School with the score at halftime. John Jay Patriots 2 and the Arlington Admirals 1. Alright, so we are at halftime here at Arlington High School, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you.
Hey, what we're going to do is the last 2 minutes, I'll take it, because we were off by almost 2.5 minutes. The extra play. So, yeah, it was off by. All right? Sorry. That's all right. So, I mean, so at the end of the game, we want to make sure we're right there. So how's everything else been? Doing all right. Different this year, huh? Like Brian was saying, we should be getting ready for sections.
Yep. I'm not used to being there without the fans out there playing and
Yep.
way too quiet.
Yeah. When you have one game, they do 4. Yeah. Imagine basketball games.
You lose, you're out.
You know, where they don't have any. It's even like NASCAR races.
All the sports are going.
There's no one at all. Usually we have 80,000 fans. You got this, you
Capture now. Okay, we're opening 3 days later. Okay, we're closed for 2 weeks.
There's still water on the right side, and I want to tip that. There's a lot of it.
Yeah, I should have done it when I first got in here, and then I set everything up, and I was like, oh. Usually it's not too bad. That wind through it.
Right, it was fine.
So, it's all right.
I wasn't going to
Well,
You couldn't You get it going?
No. Wait, do you know how to work any of this?
What, do you got a laptop or no?
No.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what they have up there.
Yeah. Supposedly, you just plugged it in. It was supposed to boot up on its own. But
Do you have the right connections or no?
Rob came up and said that. He was talking to the tech.
Yeah, so
Let it bounce around inside of there. Don't let it out.
Yeah, and I just turned the 6 seconds off. I just put that great. They played for like
So we're recording. I know that.
He said it's supposed to be flashing on him.
She's streaming it on Facebook from the other side. Okay, so it's supposed to be flashing. That's what it means. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the hotspot, I guess. It was on. I think it just.
It's a good sign. This blinks.
Yeah, I did see that before. Just be careful, it's a little wet. I'm not sure you get your phone.
Come on, dude. It's not even doing anything. It's not really idiot-proof. Do these ladies get annoyed? You don't have to spoil.
I'm sorry, what?
Do these ladies get annoyed?
No, I think she's just keeping the score.
They said you were able to save your N95. We don't know. So she can only wear it like they give her one a week. But now she's got like all of these big bags of like this week's napkins. So I said, why don't you go ahead and buy a sanitizer? Like, oh, okay. Like $25 shut
It's probably good they don't have my phone there. Just see if we were able to get the live stream up and running. 52 minutes ago.
Football's going to be weird in the spring because it's going to start off cold and get warm. Where we starting off warm and it's cold and dark.
Crap.
Friday night game.
Say, buddy. Yeah, it should be idiot-proof because there's not here. It was here that I know.
I don't know if Rob will have a chance to take a quick look, maybe. If he comes up at halftime.
Who, Sight?
Yeah.
I don't think he knows anything about this. I don't think he knows.
Okay.
I think he just tried, of course. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So I guess, you know, we'll upload it to YouTube afterwards. So I mean, I know it's late, but
It's just they're all anxious.
yeah.
Okay, so that's not a big one. You're going to stop it at 2 minutes, right? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep the final time, coach. Got it, thank you.
Okay, we're ready to get started here in the second half. John Jay, Arlington, boys soccer match. Jake Murray trying to keep it in bounds on the far side for the Patriots, but it scoots out. That's Billy Moore heading it back to the keeper to thwart the Arlington attack. And Ryan Harity kicks it away. That is last touch by Jay, so Arlington will get the corner. Ball sent long, goes across the box. Again, off on John Jay. Arlington gets a second corner here early in the second half.
Better ball to the front. Better ball to the front. Here. Jordan, gotta win it back. Nice thing, Jordan. Come on, James.
Billy Moore steps up and clears it to midfield for the Patriots.
Right on.
And that ball goes out of play.
Now my partner warned you already.
Come on.
Gotta win.
Dangerous. All right, back we go. Connor, help.
Shake. Get your shake.
Back to Ethan Robertson, sends it down the right side to Matt Nansen, who crosses it. That's Jake Murray on the far side, looking to get a shot off, and he does, but the Arlington keeper makes the save. There's an Arlington player down. And Jay kicks it out of bounds. Gives him a chance to check on the Arlington player.
Can we sub two guys or just one? Call your subs off. Chandler.
I didn't see the same. I never seen you see a tree.
Well, we have a stoppage, a couple substitutions by John Jay. Eric Pop, Matt Nansen, and Connor Howe now back in the match. Okay, Billy Moore will put the ball in play for the Patriots. We got 34 minutes left in the match. Arlington crosses it into the middle, but there was a foul called on the play.
Hey, watch these wide players here.
This kick is going to come from about 20 yards out, just off of the near post. whistle. Oh, Ryan Harity makes a couple of nice stops there. Not sure what happened there, but there's a yellow card issued to Arlington's number 8. He'll have to come off the field.
Okay, I told the whole captain, I told him we're trying to do this. We are. I heard that from the entire first half. And you gotta be kidding me. And I heard it from your guys too. And I gave both sides the same warning.
So, Arlington corner here. Nice save by Ryan Harity. Leaps up there to take the ball right out of midair. So Arlington never gets a chance to get a touch. Chris Farrar that stepped up, cleared that ball out. Now Patriots moving down the left side. Jake Murray sending it down to Matt Nansen. But it does go out of bounds. Turnover to Arlington. Billy Moore sends the ball over to Jordan Dixon, who sends it over to Connor Howe. Zach Rabati with some midfield play. It's Eric Pott down the left side, sending it over to Jake Murray. Connor Howe's in the middle here, looking to receive that pass. And Nansen on the ball now. Jake Murray gets a shot off, but Arlington comes up with a save. It comes straight out of bounds. A couple of substitutions on the play. Stepping up to make that stop, but Arlington does retain possession with a throw-in on the near side. Joey Moore helping clear that for the Patriot defense. Arlington with the throw-in, taking the ball down to the left corner. That ball's kicked off a Patriot player. And it'll be a corner kick for Arlington.
Jake with 11, Jake with 11. 11. 11.
Cross right into the middle of the box. Arlington player heads it towards the goal. And Ryan Harity comes up with another save. Robertson coming in up top for the Patriots. Offsides on the play. Billy Moore puts the ball in play, sends it up front. It's Connor Howe taking the ball down the left side. Loses control to the Arlington. Arlington sends it down to the corner, but it does go over the end line. Patriot goal kick. We have 12 minutes gone in the second half here at Arlington High School with the score John Jay 2, Arlington 1. Patriots put the ball in play. The goal kick to midfield. Zach Rabati on it right now. Sends the ball up to Connor Howe. Ethan Robertson also tracking it down as Arlington just kicks it away. Ethan Robertson on the ball. Drops it back to Zach Rabati. Eric Pop sends it forward. And Billy Moore sends it forward. Chris Ferraro with a nice defensive play to stop Arlington. The Patriots are on the move. Zach Rabati sending it up the middle to Connor Howe. Jordan Dixon now with possession, sending it back to Connor.
Get it up, get it up, get it up, get it up. Good. Gotta get it. Switch. What's on top? That's a nice ball, man. Nice ball.
Joey Moore with the defensive play to knock the ball out. Arlington will retain possession on the near side. Arlington crosses it into the box, but Ryan Harity again comes out and makes the stop. Puts it back in play to Chris Ferraro. Chris back on the ball now. Sends it to the middle to Zach Rabati, who's looking upfield.
Watch the line! Good, Joey! Everyone's running away from them up top. Yeah, interchange there, boys, and look for that feet.
Eric Pop with a nice play in the midfield. Billy Moore drops it off to Cole Horos, and the Patriots are able to clear it to midfield.
Jake, put that ball on the ground and spin inside with it. Dribble. Take him,
Ethan drops the ball off to Connor Howe. Still aggressively on the ball. Arlington tries to take the ball outside. Cole Horos tracking the ball down with an Arlington player. but that will be a corner.
Jake, go with 11. Jake, go with 11.
Arlington plays a short corner here. Billy Moore sends it up to Jordan Dixon. The Patriots are on the run down the right side. Drops it back to Jake Murray. They do lose possession. Off a Patriots player, and that'll turn into an Arlington corner kick. Waiting for the ball to come into the box. They kick the ball low. It's cleared out by Zach Rabati. Ethan Robertson touches it, also gets it over to Zach Rabati. Nansen coming back in for the Patriots, giving Jake Murray a breather.
I just had to get back there because I knew you were coming out, so I figured.
Zach Rabati with the throw in, looking for somebody. Matt Nansen.
Billy, get central! Go! I'll let you make that call. Okay, when we go back out, you want to go back out? So you don't?
Matt Nansen with possession in midfield. Kicks the ball up to Connor Howe. Drops it off to Ethan Robertson, gets a kick, but it's blocked. Gets a shot. All right, we are at the midpoint of the second half. We're going to take a break here in the action. Here we are with 20 minutes and 21 seconds left in the second half. Score here today, John Jay 2, Arlington 1.
So listen, two things are jumping out at me. Number one, we're giving up way too many corner kicks. Okay, no corner. Not give us here the touch line if we have it. Let's not give up so many corner kicks, right? And then number two, you don't have as much possession as you did in the first half. So let's try to play the clean example of that. Boys, separate. A couple of minutes ago, your body was dribbling the ball and the three forwards were running those. You'd rather have those guys interchange, just looking for ball. Your body's got the ball. You got the thing. Let's swing it. Let's make them defend, as opposed to what we're looking for is the ball. Forward, we're looking for your body play the ball, what happens. Right back at us, right? So we can't have that. Two things jumping out at me. I don't know about you guys. Stop and watch yourselves right now. If there's anything specific. Go, boys, 20 minutes.
All right, we're midway through the second half. The goal here in the second half will be increased possession time for the Patriots. Keep Arlington off the ball, and they can't score. We will have an Arlington throw-in down at the far corner to get started.
That's right. Ethan, a little more connected. You Kim. That's good.
Burrows clears the ball up to Ethan Robertson.
Again. Yeah, ball.
It's Colin.
Come on, Jordan. Pick it up.
Jordan Dixon with some possession, trying to put it into the middle, but it's blocked.
One touch, Billy.
All right, Chris Ferraro comes up with that touch and clears it. Ethan Robertson chips it down the left side. That's Connor Howe. Shot goes high.
Take a touch there, Connor. Take a touch and then hit it. Ethan, great ball. Love it. That's a lot better, Wade. A lot better already. Well done. Yeah, you okay? Yeah. Easy. Yeah, no, this will be Jordan. He'll slide over here. Gotta be on! Jordan! Good work, Jordan! Keep in first, man. You're back.
Matt Nansen taking the ball down the right side, trying to bring it into the middle.
Don't let out! Take it out! Turn! Open!
Billy Moore gets a nice clear. Eric Pop with the ball at midfield, sending it over to Zach Rabati, who sends it back to Ethan Robertson on the far side. Over to Matt Nansen. Nice cross. Drops it back. Jordan Dixon gets a foot on it. Ethan pats it up to Connor. Connor tried to get the shot off, but it was blocked. But Arlington clears it, but Jay will retain possession. Connor Howe, a touch to Matt Nansen. All right, that foul was called against the Patriots. Ref's explaining it right now. The goalie's going to put this ball in play for Arlington. Zach Rabati, touch. Takes it all the way down to the far corner and crosses it. And Ryan leaps up to again take the ball out of midair to stop the Arlington attack. Billy Moore stepping up to take the kick. down the right side. Drops it back to Eric Pop, who crosses it over to Jordan Dixon. Connor Howe with a shot. Nice shot to the far post, but the Arlington keeper makes the save. Eric Pop with some possession on the far side, trying to move the ball down the left side. Drops the ball back to Zach Rabati, who crosses it to the far side of the field, where Joey Moore is ready to receive the ball. Drops it into Matt Nansen. Over to Zach Rabati at midfield. Couldn't quite connect with that pass. Arlington will take over. All right, there was a foul back closer to midfield. Billy Moore is again going to take this ball and put it in play for the Patriots. Into the box. Ethan Robertson with a touch. Eric Pop with a touch. Billy Moore on the ball now.
Slide in there, Joe. Slide in there. Extra goal. Get back. Sub. Tommy. Go Cup. Go Cup.
Jake Murray coming back into the game for the Patriots. Going to give Connor Howe a breather.
Hey, Connor, great job out there.
Cam! Help out back!
Well done.
He lost his position.
Drop in a little more.
Ethan Robertson with a touch over to Zach Rabati. Sends it to Jordan Dixon. Back to Rabati. Ball goes down to the corner. Apparently it did not hit the Arlington player. Arlington retains possession. Takes a shot from the far sideline. Ryan Harry comes up with another save.
Good job, Cole. Harry, pump that ball.
Horos clears that ball.
Even if he's going to the same guy.
Billy Moore steps up to clear that. Get it back out to midfield.
One touch. Good job, Joey. That's fine. Now get organized.
Joey Moore clears it, but Arlington puts it back into play.
Play. Good job, Jordan. Watch out. Man. Jake, settle that and deal with the pressure. Don't flick it.
Ball goes down the sideline.
Let's go. Let's get numbers in.
Arlington's going to get a kick from just outside the box on the near side. Puts it in but that kick goes straight on goal. And Jay makes another save.
Sub! Axel!
Arlington making a substitution here. Got about 10.5 minutes left in the match. Arlington possession on the far side. Trying to work the ball down the right side, but Billy Moore steps up. Billy again gets a foot on it and clears it. Pushing back on the Arlington attack. Nice stop by Eric Pop.
Come on, Jake!
Jake Murray.
Kill the ball!
Zach Rabati on the ball right now, looking for somebody to come open.
Body, you had Ethan early. Go, sir.
Keep me out here, keep me out here, keep me out here. There you go.
Matt Nansen takes the ball away.
Just right to his feet, right to his feet, Andy. Good job, Jordan. Stay with him, stay with him. How?
Matt Nansen doing some work there, stopping Arlington.
Yeah, double him there, Ethan, double him. Don't foul him, double him, double him. Hey guys, play the game, White! Play the game! Let him rip! Play soccer! Come on, be tough here, White, let's go!
Kicks put into the box.
Stop.
Arlington player heads the ball over the crossbar, hits the football goalpost. Come back on the play, but it is out of play. And the Patriots take over with a goal kick.
Yeah, you got Nansen with you. You got Nansen with you.
Just about 8 minutes left here in the second half.
Right, and then just follow the ball behind it.
The Patriots holding on to a 2-1 lead here at Arlington High School. A foul was called against Arlington. Just the other side of midfield. The Patriots will get a kick.
Yeah, I have a problem. I have a problem.
Come on, swim in! Go, boy, let's get in!
Billy Moore that's going to put the ball in play again for the Patriots. As the J players assemble in the box, the ball comes free, but Arlington gets a foot on it. Matt Nansen called for some hands on the back. Arlington will take possession. Eric Pop was fouled there at midfield.
Get out of there, Zach. Let Billy take it. Get out of there. Let Billy take it. Push up, Hal. Push up. Jake and Hal, stay connected. Too far apart. Connor, I'd have him come to you. Right? Have him come to you. Come to this side. Not you to
Jake
him.
Murray and Connor Howe just outside the top of the box, waiting for the ball to come from Billy Moore.
Behind it, Rabati, behind it.
Sends it up and it does go to Jake, but he loses control. touch. Stop that attack. Arlington throwing on the far side. Cross by Arlington into the box from about 6 yards out. Gets a foot on it. But Ryan Harity comes up with another great save.
Joey, sink in right now. Sink in, Joey. Sink in.
Punts that ball to midfield.
We don't need you out wide, Joe.
Nice sequence of events for the J defense. Now Connor House taking the ball down the right side. Arlington does get some possession here. Jordan Dixon with possession now, looking to get it up to Jake Murray. Connor Howe out to Matt Nansen. Back to Jake Rabati.
Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Hey, Connor. Again.
As that ball, make sure you're working on it, right? He's trying to make himself a better.
Jay working the ball down inside the box.
That's a good ball, Jordan.
The ball looks like it's still in. And Connor Howe. Aggressive play, staying on the ball, not giving up until the whistle is blown, and it never was. Steals the ball away from the Arlington player, dribbles around. First save is made by the Arlington keeper, but he does touch that ball into the back of the net. Excellent play by Connor Howe. And we are now at 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in the match. And the Patriots now take the lead of 3-1.
There's several sections of that line there. It was over the goal.
I got down one, coach.
Wasn't a double yellow?
No, it was a red.
No, it was a red.
I saw a yellow.
No, it was a red.
It was a yellow, then a red, because he decided to call me the F-bomb.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he did not. There was no F word on that. I was right there.
All right, we did have some cards issued on that play. A yellow card and then a red card. So with about 4 minutes left in the match, Arlington is going to play short one player.
Referee sub.
Again, some real aggressive play by Connor Howe down at the end line, not giving up on the ball, staying with it, and able to work his way around a defender and around a keeper. And put that ball in the back of the net. Great play for the Patriots.
Good job, Jake.
Yeah, great work, buddy.
Hey, 2 minutes, we're right back.
All right, we're ready to resume play here. Arlington put the ball in, sending the ball deep, but the Patriots do come up with the possession. That's Eric Pop sending the ball over to Jordan Dixon.
Down this flank, down this flank, down this flank.
Sorry, Joey Moore was the possession, sending it to Matt Nansen.
Keep going, Matt, keep going.
Matt's taking it to the end line, turns it in, looking for Connor Howe.
Back.
Looks like Connor was just offsides. So Arlington puts that ball in play with a kick. Arlington with possession down the left side, their left side. Matt Nansen comes away with the ball. Dropping the ball off to Zach Rabati in the middle. Sends it up to Eric Pop. Nice sequence of passes.
And the negatives there far outweigh the
Ball goes back and forth. Arlington now with some possession here at midfield. Sends the ball deep, but no one's there.
Let it go, let it go, let it go if it'll go for a goal kick. Let it go if it'll go for a goal kick. All right, that's fine. Pick it up. That's fine. Pick it up.
Did not make it out of bounds. So Ryan Harity picks it up, brings it back to the top of the box.
Punt it, inside, Ferraro, inside.
Taking it to the top of the box, and he's going to punt it out.
Connect it with Dixon more. Connect it with Dixon.
Get that ball up to midfield.
Oh, that's fine. I just wanted to. That's fine. No, I remember. Pressure Nancy. Nancy, you got to pressure that ball, Nancy. You got to pressure the ball.
Arlington with some possession. Zach Rabati takes over, passes it up to Counter Howe.
We're not stubborn. Keezer, quickly.
Eric Pop on the ball, looking for somebody to pass to, finds Zach Rabati, who takes a shot from quite a ways out, sails over the goalpost.
Nancy, Pop.
Just about 2 minutes left here in the match. A couple of substitutions for the Patriots. You got Jake Murray back in the game, and Ryan Keezer also back in the game. All right, 2 minutes. Focus is all on defense with a 2-goal lead.
Good job, Pop. Play great, buddy.
Low kick. Patriots actually intercept that. Connor Howe on the ball. Working the ball with Ryan. Ryan Keezer, that is. Joey Moore works the ball down the right side. Just hard trip. And Arlington will receive a yellow card for that play. Number 16 for Arlington. Zach Rabati is going to put the ball in play this time.
No, right there.
Puts the ball in the box. Oh, Arlington gets the head on it. Clears it to the side of the box, but Connor Howe is trying to track it down. Again, we're less than 2 minutes left in the match. We have the Patriots leading 3-1. Connor Howe trying to track that down. Joey Moore steps up, clears that. Arlington sending it to the far side of the field. Billy Moore steps up, trying to defend and block, and he does. The ball goes over the end line for a goal kick for the Patriots. The ref just announced there's 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left in the match. Okay, Jake Murray on the ball right now, trying to carry the ball down to the corner. One last attempt here for the Patriots. Sends it up to Ethan Robertson, but it is intercepted. Alright, there was a foul called on the play. Whoa. That is the final whistle. The final whistle, and the match is over. Well-played match by the Patriots here at Arlington High School. And on a crisp Saturday morning, the Patriots go away with a 3-1 victory over the Admiral. The next match for the Patriots will be next Wednesday.
Good job, guys. Guys, great game.
They will be home against the Arlington B team. That's Wednesday, October 21st.
Good job, boys. All right, guys, let's grab our stuff. Let's get on the bus, okay? The bus is in the far corner, sort of where they dropped us off, all right? Make sure we clean everything up, okay?
All right, once again, a well-played match here
How you doing? Who do you want?
by the John Jay Patriots boys soccer team. And they come away with a victory here at Arlington High School with the final score, John Jay 3, Arlington 1. Thanks everyone for joining us here today. And we will see you back at the next match next week. Thank you.